I tell you what, can the people on this side move over to the third row, please, if you don't mind? Thank you. You know why? Because they want to have a more, they want to take a Wi-Fi, and I think it's easier. If you don't mind, please. Thank you very much. So everybody, if you can move to this row or this row, doesn't matter. All right? Because later on, she needs to account for the number of people under Peacehaven. Under Peacehaven, you can sit here. Sit here. Under Peacehaven, they need to account for the number of attendees and so on and so forth. So I moved them here. Okay. It's easier to take a Wi-Fi. Yeah, just this. They need to. Yeah, if you don't mind, just this row or this row. Yeah. Thank you. Just sit here. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Auntie Nancy, just sit here. No worries. Yep. No worries. Come. Thank you. Okay, Ken, if you guys don't mind, just sit in these two rows so that we can take a group photo later on. It's much easier, if you don't mind. Come, there. Yeah. Sit over there, if you don't mind. Okay. I think we'd like to welcome all of you to this another talk on dementia. This afternoon, the emphasis is slightly different from last week. Last week was more on technology, right? Adnan and the Dementia Research Center. So this week, it will be more on caregiving, all right? And the support that we give to our dementia, those whom we love who have dementia, all right? So maybe many of us may not understand. Honestly, my brother is just only getting dementia and I don't quite understand him. So I treat him like, how come he's like that? So maybe I'm not there. Okay. So like we invited him for lunch and then he's saying, I mean, it's like bright daylight and he's saying, it's getting dark. I need to go back. And I'm telling him, it's very bright. Why do you say it's dark? You know, I mean, I don't know whether that's the right way. Maybe it's the wrong way. But so I just treat him like normal and try to insist that he thinks normally. But I guess I may not be on the right path. But whatever the case is, I think it's good for us to have Fortuna here with us to teach us the right way of handling our loved ones who have dementia. I do pray for him and ask God to refresh his memory. Anyway, so let me just introduce Fortuna, and it's fortunate that I managed to engage Fortuna. I heard Fortuna at a living library thing at SBC. She's a Christian and she was represented there. She was represented there to talk about dementia. And normally I attend all these networking events so that I can get people to speak at 4031. So anyway, after many months, right, of engaging you, and then finally we have Fortuna here. Okay, so Fortuna Tan is a trained dementia care specialist at the Salvation Army Peacehaven. She was also a caregiver with more than 5 years of experience. The formal training at Peacehaven Jade Circle Academy and Dementia Singapore equipped her with a person-centered approach to caregiving, communication skills, and meaningful engagement strategies. She's always on the lookout to support other caregivers. And in fact, she has going to promote some kind of caregiver training if you are keen under Peacehaven, and she and her colleagues will do the training. Okay, the support group, and she has founded a support group for fellow caregivers at her church. The support group also works with community partners to make dementia care training more accessible to the wider community. Okay, her basic ethos is caregiving takes a village and caregivers are not alone. All right, so I'm glad that you all are here, and we look forward to a very interesting session from Fortuna. Give her a round of applause, please. And let me just open with a word of prayer and then pray for our dear Fortuna here. Father, we thank you for this afternoon. Thank you that we can come here to be educated and to be informed about this increasingly prevalent disease, I don't know what you call it, amongst our seniors. So Fortuna is going to share some statistics here to keep us informed and also to, educate us on how to deal with our loved ones who have dementia. So we ask that you grant us wisdom and guidance and grant Fortuna here, the wisdom and then the guidance, even to communicate with us and to help us understand this very important area of senior care. So thank you again. Open our eyes, open our minds, and help us, to be alert, even though it's the afternoon after lunch, and help us to truly be engaged with this session. We commit Fortuna to you. Thank you in Jesus' name. Amen.
Yeah, I think so, because I got too much things to manage. Yeah. Good afternoon. You all had your lunch already, I presume. Okay. Y'all can see me, right? I think no need to be up there. Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. Let me first thank Caleb and his team for inviting me to this sharing session. Before I know Caleb, let me see whether I can do this. Okay. You all scanned this QR code already, right, on your way in, I presume. So I'll not do too much. Yeah. So, but if not, you can do so later as well. Okay. Before I know Caleb, I do not know anyone from this church. By God's divine arrangement, we are all gathered here for his purpose in dementia-related work and learning. So there are no strangers here, just friends we have not met. Agree? Okay. My name is Fortuna, just to introduce myself again, and I will be your speaker for today's sharing topic, Hope Despite Dementia. Here is a little intro first to help everyone know me better. I am a trained caregiver with more than 5 years experience. First few years with my paternal grandma, then subsequently my mother-in-law, who recently passed on. I was very close to my paternal grandma, so when dementia set in for her, I experienced the helpless pain of not being equipped. At that time, I totally don't know what is dementia, how to even communicate with someone with this condition. Hence, I care enough to learn more about dementia and learn how to care skills as the condition progresses. I'm encouraged that all of you here have made time to care to learn today. That's why you are here. The person you love and care for may not remember you eventually, but what is important is you, the family member or caregiver, or even a friend who still remembers and cares. Okay. I pressed wrong. What did I press? Blank. Can I press back? Okay. Can. Okay. Can. Green. Okay. This is myself. Sorry. Okay. Okay. This is a bit of like my background. I also have been volunteering with Dementia Singapore, which is Alzheimer's Disease Association previously. And also Peacehaven, the Salvation Army, where I did most of my training, and I am now a trainer there as well. So let us take note of this scripture verse. I believe you are familiar with Romans 8:38 to 39. In the book of Romans, chapter 8, verse 38 to 39, God's word assures us that nothing can separate us from the love of God. So, not even dementia, as this condition may strip a person of his or her awareness of God's presence. If children of God have this assurance, then how concerned should we be? One of the concerns we can see is in the numbers. 1 in 11 persons over 60 years are living with dementia. How many here are 60 years and above? Okay, y'all take note, Okay, 1 in 11, those over 80 years old, how many 80 years old here? Okay, quite a few as well. Okay, half. Okay, I don't know what is the number of 80 of people that are 80 years in Singapore, but half actually are living with dementia. So the numbers are quite high. Dementia is getting more common compared to 10 years ago. By year 2050, probably, I don't know how clear is this to you. Can you see? By year 2050, the number of people with dementia, okay, will be how many? Okay. What year are we at? 2026. Going to be 2030, right? Okay. So the number would be 240,000. How old will you be in 2050? You do a calculation. Okay, those younger maybe, okay, those maybe 80, you may not be around, don't know, okay? Okay, but for me, that's like another 25 years from now. Okay, so you can guess my age in a way. Okay, is there any hope then, despite these rising numbers? Very scary, right? The numbers, okay, and it's growing. And this is just Singapore. We are not talking about worldwide. So there is hope, and it lies in the way we provide care, including spiritual care. This book here, you see here, He Walks With Me, is a very useful devotional resource for caregivers from our Daily Bread ministry. You all know our Daily Bread? Right? So you can go online actually to get the soft copy version. It's a very good resource for me during my caregiving journey. Persons living with dementia and their caregivers, okay, do feel stigmatized, okay, but before that, this hope, despite dementia, there's still hope. Just now, like what I shared earlier, the hope lies in the care, right? So we should focus our attention on the person, not the disease, okay? The person is still a person. Like, I think Caleb said his brother, right? So your brother is still your brother, right? Despite, even though he probably has the dementia condition, he's still a person with likes, dislikes, okay? And also, each one of us has dignity. And how we can help the person to have hope is renew that hope and not keep thinking that dementia is just, I mean, most people will think that that's like no U-turn. Yes, it's no U-turn for now. We don't know how medical science technology will help to improve things, but for now, it seems like there is no cure. Okay, I think most of us know there is no cure, but that doesn't mean the person cannot still have certain quality of life. Okay, I think this is a bit small, okay, for those that is behind. But I can just share more verbally. How many of you think dementia is just about forgetfulness? No? No, right? There's more to it, right? And it's not just about getting old. Okay, getting old, all of us will go that way. Okay, but doesn't mean that every old person will have dementia. Okay, it's not a natural part of aging, we say. Okay, and it will affect in many areas if the person has signs of it, in terms of thinking and reasoning, remembering new information, okay, recalling recent events, self-care in terms of toileting, in terms of eating over time, and also learning new information and skills, problem solving, and making judgments. So I hope that you have a clearer idea what dementia signs are, or the behaviors of someone with this condition might exhibit. I will show you this slide because there are many types of dementia. Here are probably the four most common types of dementia. The percentage you see here are actually worldwide figures. So the most common is Alzheimer's, followed by vascular. In Singapore itself, Alzheimer's and vascular are about half-half. So that's why they are very common, these two types of dementia in Singapore. Want to know what are the signs and symptoms of dementia? Okay, I will share first from this acronym called ABCD, yeah? Very easy, ABCD, okay? A for activities of daily living. Okay? Meaning, daily living, what do? You get dressed, you eat, you go toilet, right? All these are your daily routine, in a way. So the activities of daily living can get affected by a person living with dementia. Later, I will show you a slide, probably a video clip, and you may be able to see some of the signs. B is the behavior. Changes in the behavior, such as the personality and the mood. What I mean by this is the personality of the person from maybe an extrovert, the very extrovert social person, suddenly become very quiet, okay, withdrawn. Or if you know the person very well, you will be able to detect the changes quite easily sometimes. Or when the mood of the person can have mood swing, or be very sensitive to what you say. You may not actually mean it this way, but the person then take it very sensitive, in a very sensitive way. And C meaning cognitive decline, means the memory part. The memory part is not just like forgetting this and that, but also in terms of language, can't actually express very well, and judgment, okay, telling left from right, even such things like this is also a cognitive decline. And sense of direction, if you know what I'm trying to say. And D is disorientation, meaning, yeah, that's what I was trying to say, the difficulty in wayfinding, direction, even time. What time is it? And the surroundings. If the condition is more serious, yeah, they may not even know where they are. Okay, there are different stages of dementia. So I will just briefly share that dementia has these few stages. Mild cognitive impairment is actually the stage just before dementia sets in. If you can catch it at this stage, you can actually stabilize the condition quite long. But if not, by the time you know, you probably maybe in a mild or moderate. And I'm not going to go too in-depth into the stages, but just to share that at each stage, okay, the abilities of the person will get affected more and more. So the thinking part, the talking part, even the actions and the feelings part will actually get affected over time as the condition progresses. And in terms of how we should care for or support somebody with this condition, we hope to have this person-centered approach to care, which means we look at all aspects of the person's needs in terms of physical, social, emotional, mental, cultural, and spiritual. All of us have all these, right? And as well as to spend time with the person is definitely a must. But what you do with the person during the time you spend with the person is important. So it's not about just sitting there and doing nothing, but if you can engage the person while spending time, that's more important. Okay, when we say person-centered care, we have this acronym called VIPS. Okay, VIP, very important people, right? But it's not very important people here, okay? V is valuing the person, okay, that you are caring for with this condition. That's called V. You treat this person as still of value. And I is treating the person as a unique individual, okay, and not like somebody that can just one-size-fits-all kind of care. Looking at the world from the perspective of the person is the perspective part, the P. So try to stand from the person's point of view. Why you think the person is behaving this way or thinking this way or being sensitive. And S is a positive social environment. The environment matters to a person living with dementia. And this is actually will affect the well-being of the person. And when we engage the person, like I say, when you spend time with the person, we have activities where we call meaningful activities. What you think may not be, you may think is very simple, okay, but it's actually meaningful activities to the person living with dementia. So it can be even housework, because over time, the person actually may not be as engaged as before. So in terms of even like cooking, maybe your mom is a good cook for many years, but suddenly one day the cooking become like a very favorite dish, become out of taste. So it doesn't mean that you should stop the person from cooking anymore, except that probably have to do a different kind of cooking aspect. So you can get the person to actually still do the preparation part rather than the cooking itself. So we can still continue the daily tasks like household, like preparing meal times, you know, like setting the table. You can get the person to help as well. Personal care, getting the person to actually, you know, like brush teeth and combing the hair and things like that. The person can still do, let the person do. You do not need to actually do everything for the person if you see the person still have ability to do it. And that's where we talk about other things like games is also considered meaningful activity, as well as exercise. You all do exercise? Yes. Okay, but we hope that you can also try to do exercise with the person that may probably have signs of dementia, but still have the abilities of moving, especially for those that are still mobility-wise still good. Continue to actually keep exercising or encourage the person to exercise. So these are actually meaningful activities to be engaged. The impact of dementia is actually quite an aspect that not much touch on. Do you all know how impactful it is on the person as well as the caregiver? Many times they do feel stigmatized by the way they are being treated. Okay, if I ask you, oh, you have dementia, then some thoughts will come to our mind, right? Yeah, it's normal. But that's where if we have more knowledge about dementia, it should not be something that is taboo or something to avoid. It does not mean it's the end of the world also and stop the elderly person from going out just because the person has dementia or doing what this person likes or used to do. Family members, caregivers especially, need to adjust your perspective. We need to change our mindset and focus on the person, not the disease, like I shared before, not the word dementia, but your brother is still your brother, your sister is still your sister, your friend is still your friend. I will share more later about what this means, and treating the elderly person with respect and dignity will give renewed hope to the person. All of us want that dignity, right, and not be like treated differently. Okay. Our response. Do you all know what's the difference between empathy and sympathy? Anyone wants to share with me? What is empathy? Okay, I got put the answer there, okay? So do you understand what I'm trying to say when I say empathy and sympathy? Okay, the empathy part is I can empathize with you. I've been there. So that's why it's more so-called relational when it comes to the empathy part. When you are able to understand what another caregiver is going through, especially if you are a caregiver of someone living with dementia. If another person comes along and share with you the struggles and the pain, you can relate. That's the empathy part, because you can feel the struggles, the stress. Sympathy, I can only say, sorry, you're going through this, but it doesn't actually give the caregiver or the person that is caring for someone with dementia that, real comfort, that somebody really understands what I'm going through. Sympathy is just words that sometimes it doesn't reach the heart as much as empathy. Okay, I will let you all view this video clip to show the power of love, okay, in this family. And then after that, we can have a bit of talking about this video. So, yeah, you can play the video now.
My father got 4 wives. I got 8 brothers and 7 sisters, 15 of us. My father is from China. My mother is a Nyonya. So my father is a businessman. So always she was thinking of his business. Relatives know that my husband is a good boy. So tell my mother whether can introduce. I'm very happy because I know my children all love me very much.
My dad was diagnosed with 4th stage cancer in 2010. A few months later, my mom was diagnosed with Alzheimer's disease. It was a shocking discovery for the whole family. My dad was also suffering from depression at that time. A few years later, he passed on. It took us a long time to get over it.
One thing, I'm lucky to have children, all good children.
Seeing how old Mom was and my dad's dire condition, I decided, with the help of my siblings, to stop work. I was a lecturer, and it was quite difficult for me to actually stop work because I was earning quite a big pay. And it was a difficult decision for me, but with the help of my siblings, I decided to move on to part-time work. My mom was diagnosed with Crohn's disease a few years after that. She couldn't eat because there was pain, and she lost a lot of weight. And she was also the best cook in my opinion. She used to cook a lot of Peranakan food, and our table was always laden with delicious Peranakan dishes. After her diagnosis, We also bought her an iPad to play because we found out from the doctor that the games on the iPad were very good stimulants for the brain. Sometimes my mom would knit things for us. I do little plans for her. She knits t-shirts for me using cotton threads.
When Belinda was the sole caregiver for my mom and my dad, I used to come back over weekends to make sure that she had some time off so that she could have some rest and some recreation. We now share the load equally. We try and plan our schedules so that one of us is with mom all the time. Belinda and I decided that we wanted to give our parents the best life that we could while they were with us. And so we decided that we wanted to focus our attention on our parents. We don't feel that we have made sacrifices in taking care of mom because we've decided to make a choice, to choose to make mom happy for the time that she's with us. The people still remembered her, and so what we do now is whenever we have an opportunity when we go out, we'll take mom to meet all her friends, both at the supermarket, in the markets, and even in the lady in the shop and all the cleaners. So I think the community for elderly people with dementia have been a lot kinder. A lot of caregivers felt that it was difficult for them to take their loved ones out for a holiday. So when we broached the subject to ADA, ADA got funding and 6 families managed to go on this trip to Taiwan. We actually took about a month to prepare her for this trip to Taiwan. We printed out a photograph of all the people she was going to travel with and made her memorize the faces and the names so that she wouldn't feel so scared when she went to Taiwan with them. On the day of the trip, when we got to the airport, she was actually quite happy because she could recognize everybody and could remember their names. So she didn't feel so anxious about traveling to Taiwan.
I believe in God and I believe in miracles. For me, don't worry, be happy is my mantra because I think that's the only way we can actually move on from difficult situations. Whatever will be is my mom's mantra. So she always says that, you know, whatever will be, and you don't have to worry about it because life goes on no matter what happens.
Belinda and Barbara are my angels.
You all have seen this video before or no? No, but it's a very encouraging family. Okay, do you all like the video, right? The 2 daughters really love their mom. Okay, despite the sacrifices they have to make, they do not feel it's sacrifices. Why? Because one of the daughters say they make the choice. Okay, when you make the choice, it's no longer like something that you will feel is a sacrifice and you feel the negative aspect of things as much. And the mother can feel her daughter's love as well. Okay, that's why she called them her angels. I would love my children to call me angels also, right? Or rather, I call them angels. Yeah, okay. But from the video, we can also see the meaningful activities, okay, that the 2 daughters did with the mom or get the mom to do, like knitting, like what else? Cooking, right? And even playing iPad games, right? Okay. So these are engaging activities. And the mom likes to do, okay? You see coloring as well, right? Yeah. Okay. In this book, you know this book? Have you all seen this book before? By Gary Chapman. Okay, this is a book that I like very much, and I've been using it a lot as well in my caregiving journey. In this book, the author actually mentioned that the commitment to love by choice is what empowers us. What empowers caregivers, what empowers family to actually still continue the caregiving journey. Dementia does not change a person's need for love. Love can help caregivers to persevere in the challenging caregiving journey. So that's why there is hope, because of God's love in each one of his children. Dementia is also known as the communication disease. We communicate all the time, whether we are happy, excited, eager, sad, angry, or frustrated. Agree? When you are angry, you're frustrated, you don't say very nice things, huh? Correct? But when you're happy, you also say very nice things, positive things. So we communicate our feelings in many ways. When we communicate, there are 3 factors that make up the messages we bring across. They are body language, our tone and pitch of our voice, and the words we use. For people living with dementia, there is difficulty to communicate over time, as they find difficulty in forming words and express emotions appropriately. Okay, as you can see from this slide, at the mild stage of dementia, the person still can have meaningful conversation, but find difficult to follow long ones. So we say keep the sentence short. Don't have too much information in one sentence. At the moderate stage, the person feels more challenged to communicate and tends to have repetitions. Example, ask, what are you buying for lunch? Then moments later, ask the same question again. I don't know those who have experienced it before. Yeah. So when the person is at the advanced or severe stage, verbal communication may no longer be possible. And both person living with dementia and caregiver will have to make changes. Just like what I experienced with my grandma and my mother-in-law. When verbal communication cannot happen, then how? You have to communicate in another way using our other senses. Okay, be it touch, be it, you can talk to the person, but the person be prepared just that the person will not reply you back. Okay? To be able to positively connect with people living with dementia, there are 5 communication tips to learn and take note. Here you can see the 5 tips, right? Okay, I'll touch on the first one, which is active listening. All of us can listen, but what is active listening? Okay, it does not mean doing something else while the person is talking. Sometimes we like to multitask. Huh? Okay, you tell me, I can listen, correct? But actually, are you processing everything? Okay, so give full attention and not half looking at your handphone. With active listening, there is no getting upset or defensive. React to what you think you heard or offer suggestions unless asked for. So this needs some practice. A lot of times we talk more than we listen. Agree? So active listening actually needs practice. And the second tip is respond appropriately, meaning be flexible and always allow plenty of time for a response. You keep your sentences short and simple, focusing on one idea at a time. Where suitable, use touch and holding hand to keep the person's attention. A warm smile always works. Do not argue or talk down. What they see, hear, or recall may not be the same as what you see, hear, or know. For example, what you see is a puddle of water on the floor. Do you know a person with dementia looks at it how? Anyone wants to guess? Okay, I will not keep you in suspense too long. They will see a hole. Okay, it's not water. So their perspective and your perspective is not the same, which is why we also avoid patterns like polka dots, because they will see it as whole and avoid or don't like or don't go near, okay? So this is something like a new way of communication that we must pick up over time so that we can enter the world of someone with dementia to understand what they are seeing, hearing, or their perspective. And observing body language. The person's body language and facial expression can give insight, okay? Such as when you're in pain, you were like that, right? Frown, right? Okay, so this is indication of the person may be discomfort, have pain. When verbal communication is not possible, we have to observe body language a lot. Then anxiety, agitation, restlessness, same. Okay, we have some body language. A frown may indicate discomfort, pain, or dissatisfaction. Restlessness can signal a need for movement. Okay, cannot sit still anymore. Okay, means have to get up and do something else. Or desire for stimulation. And when we are not sure, we ask questions to clarify. If you are unsure what the person, okay, with dementia is trying to communicate, try asking, can you tell me more about it? For example, the person may say, this place is very noisy. Noisy? Maybe to you it's not noisy, but to the person it's noisy. So we'll ask, what do you mean by noisy? Is it because the tone too loud, the environment is too noisy? So these are actually questions you can probe and ask, because the person's, like I shared, I think earlier, a person with dementia is very sensitive to your tone, pitch of voice, okay? Maybe you are a loud person, okay? You do not actually is shouting at when talking, you know, when talking maybe to your brother or sister. You by nature is a loud person. So then naturally your voice will be loud, right? But to the person living with dementia, you'll take it as, are you scolding me? Why are you raising your voice? So which means that you have to intentionally actually change yourself, okay? Whether talk gentler, softer, okay? Which may not be easy for some people. And then the fifth tip is find common interests. For example, if both you and your loved one like singing or music, can talk about each other's favorite singers or songs. So this is finding something, you know, both of you may be interested. It can be travel also. If you know your loved one used to like travel a lot, it could be also a topic to talk. Okay, this is another video, okay, that I like to share with everyone and learn how we can help someone who is likely living with dementia. Okay, so let's play the video.
Where is my home? How did I end up here? Where am I supposed to go? Do you know where my home is? I want to go home. Can you take me home?
Uncle, I don't know where your home is. Do you have an address with you? Address?
Oh, I'm meeting my daughter here for lunch.
Uncle, are you ready to order yet? You've been waiting for some time.
Not yet. My daughter will be here soon.
Okay, no problem. Uncle, don't worry. Should I give your daughter a call?
I told you already. She's going to be here soon. I'm meeting her at home for lunch.
Uncle, it's late. Would you like some help?
Where am I? This is not my home. I want to go home. Can you take me home?
Uncle, don't worry. I'll do my best to help you. What is your name?
Sam.
Uncle Sam, do you know your address?
I'm not sure.
Do you have your IC? Can I take a look at this?
I walked into the right restaurant today.
Hi, your father has been at our restaurant for a few hours. Okay, thank you. Bye. Uncle, your daughter is on the way. You must be hungry. Hold on for a while. Here, have something to eat while you wait.
It may not be my home, but it's nice to be around people who care.
What should you do if you come across a person who may have signs of dementia? Keep a lookout for people showing signs of dementia. Often, persons living with dementia have difficulties performing daily activities. They may appear withdrawn or easily upset and may have difficulty remembering recent events. They may also struggle with reasoning and judgment and can lose their way in familiar places. Interact with patients, be friendly, and provide reassurance that you are there to help them. Notice their needs, ask them for their identification. Call the next of kin or bring them to the nearest go-to point. It may be challenging trying to communicate with a person living with dementia. Remember to use clear and simple language when speaking to them. Acknowledge their concerns and be prepared to spend more time with them. Be respectful, use a friendly voice, and give them time to think and respond. Engage with them to provide assurance that you are there to help them.
You all like the video or understand the message? Okay. Do you all remember the two important highlights how you can help a person living with dementia? The acronym is K for what? Keep a lookout. I, interact with patients. N, notice their needs. D, dial for help if there is a need. So it's a kind, K-I-N-D. Okay, the other acronym to remember is CARE, C-A-R-E. Okay, which is in this slide. Okay. C meaning use clear and simple language. Okay, do you see the coffee shop girl? Okay, she used very simple language, right? Clear as well. Acknowledge the person's concerns. Be respectful. She's very respectful to the uncle, right? And reassuring. I don't feel scared, right, by her, compared to the I think the young boy that was outside asking him, "Do you have your address?" Okay, okay. So and engaging to provide comfort and build trust. That was what the girl did. Okay, engaging the uncle. So the kind and care approach can help us to remember what to do when interacting and assisting people with dementia. Okay, kind is this one, which is what was shared also. So these are two very, I think it will come easily for some of us, but some of us may need a bit of practice to do this. but they are good approaches. And don't leave the person with dementia all lost and confused, for too long. Okay, you and I can play a part. Probably can a bit small, okay, but this information is also available on AIC website. Okay, if you know what is AIC, the Agency of Integrated Care, it's an organization that helps to give support in many areas for caregivers and seniors. And we can play a part in helping people living with dementia just by applying the kind gesture and care approach. As a church community, organizing this talk event and linking people to resources and support in dementia is playing your part to be dementia inclusive. That's why thanks to Caleb for organizing this session. And hence, I'd like to encourage, everyone. Okay, let me try to, okay, I got a bit lost now. Just a minute. Okay. Okay, I will now go for a short, okay, if any of you need a water break, toilet break, we have about 5 minutes, okay? Because in the meantime, I hope to play these two very short video clips, just to lighten the mood a little, okay? But to also show that a young person and an older person with dementia can still interact, okay? It doesn't mean that you cannot create meaningful conversation, but it can be light-hearted and still very interesting. Okay, so we'll go for about 5 minutes break, okay, while playing this video clip at the same time, these two video clips. No, I'll leave it at the end.
Hello.
Hi.
Nice to meet you. What were you like when you were young?
Very timid girl, you see.
I was in the army.
What war did you fight in?
忘记，
你忘记啊？
小小的时候忘记了。
Do you have any life advice for me?
Life advice. Well, first thing, don't forget that you have to go to church to serve God.
我是希望你用功读书。
Do not be selfish. Share and share alike.
My name is Mr. Dementia. I'm a paleontologist and an orchestra conductor. 你喜欢看什么？
我喜欢看书。
华文的。China.
Chinese book.
Chinese book.
Usually I keep myself reading the Bible.
I have seen the world to serve in Congo. I wish I can get back some memories through books.
When I grow up, I want to be a dinosaur expert.
Frankly, I do not know much about dinosaurs.
你不会啊 I teach you. I teach you.
教我。OK。
谢谢 ，Thank you。
你要吃榴莲吗？喜欢啊，我请你。
Okay, funny, right? Yes, you want to ask a question? Okay, ADA is actually Alzheimer's Disease Association. Used to be, that name now is called Dementia Singapore. Okay, it's actually a great support for people caring for those living with dementia, as well as to be equipped, okay, with training, resources. They have online videos like this, many others sharing, that you can learn from as well. So you can go to their website, Dementia Singapore. Now they are called, they rebrand themselves to be Dementia Singapore. It used to be called Alzheimer's Disease Association. Yeah, that was where I did my initial training as well. Yeah. Thanks for asking and clarifying. Okay, since there is like one person who asked question, I can take probably 2 or 3 questions that is probably related to what I've just shared. Any questions that you all have based on what I've shared? Sorry? Oh, okay. Maybe you can take a note because I don't know how long that video is. Yeah, whether, yes, on YouTube. Yes, you can take from YouTube. You can take note of the name. Yeah. Maybe you can take a snapshot and then you try to Google it or play it, yeah, via YouTube. Yeah, there are many such videos online, but sometimes it's a bit overwhelming to view every single video. Yeah. Yes. Okay, the QR code, that is for actually a caregiver support network that Peacehaven, the Salvation Army, is trying to reach out to as many people on the ground as possible to be equipped with the right resources, training, tools, or whatever that maybe, even if you are not a caregiver, you can support somebody with somebody you know, okay, be it your friend, be it your family member. Maybe they do not have time to come for training, okay, or know where the resources are. So you can be the person that help. And by joining this network, you will be actually in our mailing list for events, activities, programs, training, yeah, related. And that's where we need, that's why it's called It Takes a Village. Someone caring for a person with dementia doesn't need to be alone. But sometimes if the family members or friends don't even know where to get the resources, how can you help your friend or your family member, right? So we hope to actually create this network, okay, of even people in the public to even know something about dementia. So for example, okay, just now talking about go-to point, okay, later I will actually also share about that. But about communication and aspects of things, you all have a clearer idea now how you should speak or communicate with someone with dementia or possible signs of dementia. There are some people that are not diagnosed, but they may have some signs. So if they cannot fully understand what you're talking, then it's probably a cue for you to break. You can rephrase, which means rephrase your question or rephrase what you're trying to tell the person. Meaning the person here probably connective is not that good anymore. Yeah.
Do you all have any questions? Maybe we will just take a break state by asking questions, and then after that she can, respond. Yeah, then Fortuna will continue. The questions related to the earlier part.
Oh, okay. For those that have scanned the QR code, okay, you actually can get a door gift.
Yeah.
Okay, from Meili.
Meili
behind is showing
gifts.
that door gift. Okay, is a stress ball, heart-shaped stress ball. Okay, that you can bring back with you. Yeah, but you must show that the QR code, the form has been submitted.
Yeah.
Then you'll be able to collect that.
You go back, you tear open the stress ball, you got $50 inside.
Yeah. Yes?
Anybody? Yep.
I read somewhere that one of the ways to help a person with Alzheimer's, whether you know they have or not, is not to disagree with them.
Yes, that's right. We call this play along. We don't argue, which is, I think I did share earlier somewhere, do not argue. So even if they are not wrong, okay, you don't argue back, try to make them understand what is right or wrong because they have something here that is not good already. So talking back to them, argue with them will not work very well. So we call it play along. So we play along meaning we validate, okay? We validate and then we change the topic, okay? Yeah, if not, you'll always go around in circle, keep talking about the same thing.
So when my brother says it's dark in the middle of the afternoon,
yeah, then you say, yes, okay, maybe it's going to rain. Okay, then you talk about, do you like
I shouldn't be saying,
days,
where, how come it's dark? It's not dark, you know. I shouldn't be denying it.
Yeah, because to you, you are a normal person. So definitely you will say, no, it's bright. Why is he? Because his perspective is different. Yeah.
So. Any other questions here?
Are you the same one at what you call
where?
Fengshan?
Fengshan. No. Okay. The training education department is at Upper Changi.
Okay.
Where the nursing home is. Peacehaven is actually a nursing home under Salvation Army Organization Management. Okay.
I used to go there for gym tonic.
Oh, yes, there is a gym tonic there. Yes.
Is there, right?
Okay, yes.
Okay. So
yeah.
it's the same
Fengshan,
one.
yes. Fengshan is actually our daycare also. We also have daycare. So that so our Salvation Army actually runs nursing home, runs daycare centers. Yeah, in Fengshan, I think, and the HQ is actually in Bishan. Okay, even though Salvation Army have a few places. Yeah, but in the east, yeah, they have the nursing home and the active aging center and the daycare.
So dementia, do they know how to go to the toilet on their own?
At the early stage, they can still do many things. It's only when the condition progresses, then their abilities start to decline. From knowing how to do toileting to don't know, or they just cannot control their urine anymore. So that's why sometimes caregivers get embarrassed outside, you know, and then they have to go and find, if they know the person actually has this constant signs, then some people will put on diapers. But if not, then that's where you probably have to do a last minute reaction, be it go and find dry clothes or go to toilet, you know, to clear.
Because my brother, at the last Chinese New Year gathering, I saw something sticking out from his pants. I mean, he was wearing shorts. And it looked so horrible. I then asked my nephew, what's that? You know, it was like so heavy and it was hanging out from his pants. And I was thinking, shouldn't he be clearing it? Is it feces or is it urine? I'm not too sure.
Okay, you didn't ask?
No, they said it's urine. It's like the diaper was very heavy with urine.
And I mean, that's where the caregiver has to be trained. That's why even you have diaper, you cannot have the diaper on for too long. You won't be feeling comfortable as well, right? Or if the flow is too much, you need to clear because if not, they'll run the risk of infection. Which is why the caregiver or the helper needs to be equipped with some knowledge as well, how to better care for someone that either have too much urine flow. Sometimes it can happen at night more. So some people will buy special diapers that can hold the urine more at night because you can't always get up, right? So this is something I think maybe your brother's helper can.
Yeah.
Is it there are two types of dementia, one aggressive and one a mild one?
Okay, well, I talk about that. Okay, the behaviors all have reasons. The behavior comes from actually some needs they have. Just like I share about communication, right? When verbal cannot work because they cannot express themselves already. So they display out in behavior. Behavior is just like, I'm trying to get your attention. I don't know how to say, right? They can bang the table. Okay, especially if foreign worker language got problem. I try to tell you in Chinese, but the person, whether he only understands Malay or English, then how? So it cannot, you know, sometimes it will display out in behavior like this. It's because of an unmet need. We say it's an unmet need. But if you don't know what is that need, becomes a challenge. Okay, then you will find that the behavior is aggressive because it's actually the person trying to express something to you. But you do not know the lingo. It's just like you do not understand why this person is probably banging the table or very angry about something. So hence, equipping is very important, okay, as a caregiver or somebody in the family to know why suddenly, if let's say that person don't want to talk also, or don't want to do certain things. So we have actually a training course for caregivers, a full day one, where you can learn more in depth. I can't share everything with you today, but it's roughly telling you that the behavior, not everybody has aggressive behavior. It's sometimes to do with the personality also. If the person is always a mild-natured, it can also become aggressive due to an unmet need. But usually, like for my mother-in-law and my grandma, they don't express such aggressive behavior. So there are different factors. Why, that's why if you do not understand the person, then you'll find that behavior aggressive. You get what I'm trying to say? Yeah, but if you understand where the behavior is coming from, then you will reduce, okay? Which means that if we have to understand what is the trigger point. Yeah.
So when they are aggressive, what do you do?
Sorry?
When they are aggressive, what do you do?
Oh, that is another lesson also. Because we have to see the aggressiveness come from where, the trigger. So it could be a person, it could be the environment, okay? So then how you respond to it depends on where the triggers come from.
More than 10 years ago, I looked after very aggressive dementia. It's caused by vascular hurts.
Okay.
So when one day she was so violent, I was in church. So Lindis, our missionary, and another brother went to see her. They couldn't cope, so they called me. So I have to go there. Finally, in the end, we have to call. She was so violent. We have to call police, and we have to call ambulance. So we took her to IMH.
Whoa, okay.
It was so violent. She hammered me,
Okay, yeah.
She hit me.
Right.
So anyway, in the end, we have to get her to IMH to stabilize her condition.
Right. Yeah, sometimes it's due to also internal, I would say, imbalance of something. So sometimes doctors may need to use medications to calm down the person, okay, the moods, because this condition can affect the person's mood as well. So the medications is not to cure, okay, but to actually stabilize the person's mood if there's suddenly mood swings, and yeah, sorry to hear that you have to cope with that, that incident, but sometimes it also can be caused by the environment. If the environment is not safe, the person don't feel safe, okay, the person can react also, okay? So just like just now you see the uncle that was lost, right? Yeah, he find the young boy, he doesn't feel safe with the person, so you just change direction and want to go elsewhere. So it also actually, there's a lot of things going on in the person's mind as well for a person with dementia, because their brain don't function the same way or process things the same way as a normal person. So sometimes when they are unable to express out in words, then their actions become that part which can be aggressive for some people and sometimes can be person triggered. So that can be also another challenging. Because I know of a family, the mother and the eldest daughter stay together. The eldest daughter is very good. But every time the mother will scold the daughter for whatever reason. Just won't find anything, happy with the daughter, but talking with other people, she's okay. So you can imagine how the daughter feels. So sometimes it can be a person's triggered. So the person has to probably have less contact time if she's the trigger. then you have to find another person, to better take care of the needs. So there is definitely a lot of factors or reasons for certain behavior. So that's why we call, in our training, we call it behavior of concern. Okay, when it becomes a behavior of concern, then you need to find the trigger point. It can be time-related, it can be triggered by certain things, be it the time of the day sometimes, okay, that it can happen. That's why we call it the sundowning syndrome. If you heard of this sundowning syndrome, so it will happen usually in the evening times. So if we know certain behavior is going to happen during the evening time, then we try to do something with this person, okay, to so-called avoid the behavior from happening, which means way before evening time, you have to engage the person in some other things. Because when the mind is not active, okay, the person will just react in certain ways. Because in the mind, it's not occupied. If the mind is distracted, it's just like imagine, when you are focused on something and then something else distract you, you suddenly, will not think back what you were originally doing, right? And then you come back, what did I just say, or what did I just do? So the distraction actually will help to minimize certain challenging behavior. So this, yeah.
Yeah.
Medication to slow down. Okay, we don't use medication. We try not to use medications too much. Medication is more for managing moods, okay? To stabilize the condition is more engagement. That's why the meaningful activities or meaningful engagement is the non-so-called oral medication way of, that is more healthier for the person to have that better quality of life. Yeah. I play mahjong. Yes, my mother-in-law plays mahjong, but she has dementia also. So it depends on you play mahjong how frequent. She plays only once a week. Okay, unless you play every day, maybe. Okay.
Fortuna, what you have taught today is what I have gone through. Starting before my mother was dementia, okay, she refused to take shower, refused to eat, even refused to take medicine.
Yeah.
So I stay. She doesn't want to stay with me also. So every week I have to go and visit her, try to bathe her, cook for her, bring her out. But she seemed to be not interested. So one day she started to urine. So I tried to buy Pampers, but she refused. So each time we went out, she always wet her trousers, and each time I had to buy new clothing for her, the new pants for her to change. At the end, I scolded her. Say, you have to wear diapers. You don't expect me to every time go out, every time I must buy pants for you, So they tell, okay, then she accept it. Then the next moment, I was in my house, halfway working. Then my neighbor called. Then she said, I wonder, is it nice to go down to the first floor? So I was frightened because it was late at night. So immediately I called the police. The police will try to try to coach her, but it took 4 hours. At the end, I decided to call the IMH. Then they brought her to the IMH. But now we continue is fast forward. She was lost when I was halfway washing the clothes. Then I finished washing, she disappeared. I looked around all my estate, and then I saw her with a policeman and with some neighbors.
Okay.
Say, oh my gosh, luckily I found you. She did that a few times, so I was so afraid of it. So in the meantime, I was thinking I must bring her to a daycare center while I work.
Okay.
So, okay, then she did. Then she said, very boring, she don't want to go. So I engaged a maid to look after her. She threw the cups at the maid. Very strong. She said, I don't want you, a few times a day. So at the end, I cannot engage anymore.
It's not easy, yeah.
It's not easy to handle her.
Not easy.
Yeah.
So which is why I think the second segment, okay, of my sharing, that's why we need more support for caregivers, because caregivers is going through a lot. Sometimes it's not as simple, okay? And even though, that's why equipping of certain skill set is needed so as to able to cope with the challenging behavior at each stage of the condition, because the condition will just continue to progress. It's whether how long we try to keep it stabilized at the early stage if possible. If not, as the condition progresses, more abilities get lost, more challenging behavior comes in, and if you do not have the equipping of the skills, you will actually feel alone, very challenged, and we hope more people will have probably the learning attitude to come and understand more about this condition and support others, okay, they are going through the journey.
Okay, so we allow Fortuna to carry on.
Okay, thanks, Caleb. Okay. Okay, so let us come back. Okay, are there other measures and resources around in Singapore other than, okay, we know about Dementia Singapore, right? Okay, but they will be overwhelmed because if you look at the figures that we're going to see in 2050, 240,000. You mean, wow, so many people going to have this condition. How is Dementia Singapore going to cope? Or how any nursing home is going to cope as well? Okay, or even IMH. So, okay, let me see. Okay, hence we are trying, in Singapore, we are trying to actually build a dementia-friendly community. Okay, what makes up a dementia community is a place where a person living with dementia and their caregivers feel safe, comfortable, loved, and respected. And people around them understand the condition, signs and symptoms, as well as can give assistance. So even if, let's say, really an elderly, okay, really suddenly cannot get to the toilet in time, wet himself or herself, and the caregiver is in a flustered state. If you happen to walk past, can you give some support? Okay, this is what kind of dementia-friendly community it can be, rather than leaving the caregiver and the senior by themselves. Okay, they will feel, oh, nobody can give help. They are helpless, or the person, the caregiver or the family member just have to cope alone. They are not alone. Okay, in Singapore, there are quite a few areas already designated as dementia-friendly. I stay in Woodlands, okay, so Woodlands is one of them. This church is in the east, okay? Yeah, okay. Yeah, GG also. This probably may not be the most updated, okay, but you can see in Singapore, there are already quite a few dementia-friendly areas. And we hope more will become that dementia-friendly community. You all see this before? Okay, at bus interchange, MRT station, HDB blocks. Do you see color coding? For fun? Yes, good, good. Okay, at least you know the reason. Okay, we call this finding my way home. Okay, you see just now that video clip, right? That uncle cannot find his way home. So if he knows, the area that he stays in, you know, and he is able to be equipped with some basic color coding knowledge, okay, I find maybe the fish that is my block, you know, then I'll be able to find my way home. Or I find, if let's say the bus interchange, I need to take certain bus, is it in the blue zone or the red zone? So all these are actually helpful way to help people with some cognitive issue or early signs of dementia to be able to still find their way home and be independent in the community, be inclusive in the community, to still stay in the community and need not go to the nursing home. Because once you go into the nursing home, you cannot come out that easily. Okay, dementia go-to points. You all know this? Have you all seen this in MRT station? But maybe not too sure what they are actually. Okay, it's to help people that seems lost. Like just now that uncle that looks very lost, right? Maybe you also don't know what to do. But to know where the dementia go-to points is important, because this will help you to at least give support, okay, to this person that looks lost, alone, okay, to bring to the right person or staff to help. So dementia go-to points now are at most MRT stations, bus interchange, even NTUC FairPrice, Sheng Siong outlets. So if, let's say, you go supermarket, you see uncle, auntie look very confused, but not sure whether got dementia, and you also don't know how to help, never mind. Bring this person to the NTUC staff, okay? If the person say, I want to go home, then you also, maybe you are in a hurry, you don't have much time, you know, to help this person, then you bring this person to the trained staff. So this is one way to help give support, because there are some people who don't even know what all these are. What is dementia go-to point? Okay, the purpose is actually to give support to people that are, not everybody has a caregiver, not everybody, you know, has a family member that is always next to them all the time. So if they display some signs of confusion, anxiousness, whether is it dementia or not, doesn't matter, just bring to the trained staff at the dementia go-to point. Okay, there are other community resources around dementia. Singapore is what I have shared. AIC is the next one. And Dementia Hub is also by Dementia Singapore. If you know CARA, if you are so-called registered with Dementia Singapore, you will be also be informed about their CARA app. Okay, their CARA app is to also help caregivers and their loved ones, okay, to be able to be informed of programs, activities that support them. AIC, I believe you all have heard of them before, because they are almost in every hospitals, from my knowledge. Yeah, and they provide financial assistance, including caregiving grants, caregiver training of info, and seniors-related matters. Okay, elderly and dementia daycare. You all know around your area have such daycare centers, dementia daycare, and AAC. Now they call active aging centers. This AAC is more for those that are active seniors. The purpose is to prevent dementia, okay? Hence, we have more and more AAC around, as well as caregiving support services like Homage and Jagami. They are actually caregiving support in the event that, let's say, you don't have a helper, okay? Or you have a helper, but the helper needs to go off, okay? Then you don't know how to take care of your loved one. You can actually engage people from, they have staff or trained nurses or caregivers that can help you out in terms of caregiving aspects. And self-care is very important for caregivers to avoid being burnout. I'm not so sure, just now that lady, what is your name? Sorry, you shared about your story, yeah? You heard of caregiver support group at your journey season or not? You have. Did you join any? Oh, okay, yes. Because that will, in a way, help with your self-care. Oh, okay, that's good. That's good. Okay, now I'm playing another video clip to show what is a dementia-friendly community all about, to give you a better idea. So let's watch this video clip.
Atera is the IT painkiller. Remote monitoring and management, remote access, help desk and ticketing, smart automations, patching, software.
Okay. Give a little bit of time for this glitch.
妈，爸不在啊。
哎呀 ，you know him 啦，every morning 啊，他很早出去的。He bought your 水果 already, but he always like to walk around. Okay 啦 ，exercise is good for him.
我出国读书那么久 ，but I still remembers my favorite 鸡龟。
呀咯，你吃先 ，I go return something. 爸很快回来啦。Morning, Helen。
Auntie，
等下我阿老来，你知影怎做啦？吼，水果四地，香蕉淡薄，菜包做做啊，Auntie 我会记了，放心。感谢你哈，我先行，拜拜，过来拜。Boss, thank you so much. Return to you one.
Okay.
Here.
No need.
Thank you, ah.
Hello, Auntie Georg. How are you?
Hello, Kairu. Hello, Clarence. Good. I'm fine.
Don't worry. If we see him, we'll take him home.
Thank you.
Auntie Georg, what are you doing here?
在等你咯。你现在乖不乖
Of course, good lah.
I got something to tell you. If you see Uncle Tan around here, make sure you tell him which floor he stay. Okay?
I will. I promise you.
Thank you.
Bye bye.
Bye bye. 很高兴你回来了。
哎，爸。
Kairu, thank you so much. I say trouble you again.
Auntie, no problem. Mr. Tan was just wandering downstairs, so we thought we'd bring him out.
Thank you. 他是谁？他是你儿子，阿成。他回来了。
妈，what happened to 爸？How long already? Why you not tell me?
It's dementia， 已经6个月了。幸好到处有朋友照顾他。Abba is still the same, just that he's living in a world of his own. We have to reach out to him.
街道是去街灯的线索，每一扇门都是一道迷宫。那个名字属于
Auntie Helen，
你好。
等下爸来后一样的 order OK？
4个追桂，菜脯多多，辣椒少少，对吗？
谢谢。
1秒钟，竟变成照片里陌生的面孔。 曾在紧握的手中，不再流动。
Heartwarming video, right? Okay, I would like to live in such a neighborhood, don't you? Okay, so this is actually a depiction of what a dementia-friendly community is like. And this one, if people do not know where this is located, the Chongbang city is actually Yishun. Yeah, yes. Let us have a little reflection now, sharing about this video story. You all agree this is a dementia-friendly community, right? Okay. Can Uncle Tan still go out on his own? Why? Okay. Policeman can bring him home, right? Okay, if he get lost. Or who else? The little boy, okay, probably can watch out also. Maybe is a good neighbor. Okay, maybe staying in the same estate or neighborhood. Okay, yes, correct. He can, okay, because there are different community people looking out for him. Like the policeman, the Chwee store auntie also, right? And then the Indian provision shop, yeah, guy, right? Yeah, that's right. And do you all agree that the family, Uncle Tan's family, also feel supported? They are not alone, okay? I feel like, the wife, Auntie Gyok, feels safe to let the husband just go out, correct? Okay, because the person can still walk. You don't need to lock up the person, right? Just because he wanders, he get lost, you're going to lock the person up at home? It's very sad, right? If you imagine you are the Uncle Tan, you are locked up at home all day, cannot go out. Be very sad, like prison within your house. So that's where we hope more and more people can become the community people around. So that to make the neighborhood, the area where we stay is safe also, and there is love and respect for those people that are having this condition. Now I have another video, okay, to share with everyone the challenges faced by a caregiver and how the community can give support. Okay, let's play this.
Pa, 吃瑞士。
妈呢？
妈已经不在了 ，Why do you keep asking? Just eat, okay? 我很快就回来。
Sometimes it feels like we are strangers. Nothing is familiar. And I don't know where anything is. At times, I get lost. Even in my own home. I've been awake for some time. I don't know that I need to get up. I don't remember what to do next. And I can't even do the simple things right.
Uncle, 你快去。
I get confused.
Uncle,
还差4块半，里面4块半，只给我2块2。安哥，你看还不够，你还差2块半。
我已经还你钱了。2
块半，你看，
你想怎么样？
2块半，你还没有还完，你不可以走。
我已经还你钱了，还要还你钱
Sorry，How much？ I pay。
2块半。
我哪里有欠他2块半？哎，我已经还他钱了。
好，可以哈。
我真的我还你钱了吗
？Sorry。
我欠你钱了，
可以好好看住他吗？
我
没有欠他钱吗？
不要紧，来，我们走。
Thank you so much. Thank you. But are you okay?
怎么这么迟？我等你很久了。
你讲什么话？
你叫我在这里等你啊。
我没。Dad, why are you always running around? You're always making me worry for nothing.
你不要找借口啦！你叫我来这里等你。
Don't worry, it's okay. Don't worry. It's okay. My husband is the same. I understand. We need to help each other out.
It helps to be with people who understand you. I feel more at ease. But it's getting harder for me to keep up.
哦，明天安迪又会来，我们做你喜欢吃的 dumpling 哦。
他是谁啊？
常常帮我们来干地柚啊 ，You remember？
没关系啊，我吃饱了。
我知道，我是说明天安迪又会来。
我都说啊，我已经吃饱了。
爸，你知道我在讲什么吗？我是说明天安迪又会过来。
你听不懂我在说什么？我说啊，没关系，我已经吃饱了。
I don't know how you do all of this, Antico. It's so hard.
什么1、2本你很喜欢？
这些都是我收集的。So yeah, I've been traveling about for 2 months now.
Sorry, I don't think I have the strength to do it on my own. 好，我现在回家。Maybe he's better off in a nursing home.
Mom, what are you doing?
But I'm afraid if I send him there, I may not want him to come back home.
I know it's difficult. Sometimes I feel tired also. But 你舍得吗？
I'm not sure if I can be this clear again, but the last thing I want is to be a burden to her.
While we cannot cure dementia, there is still much that we can do to help you. Just remember that you're not in this alone.
妈呢？
Ma's not here for now, but I'm here.
哦。
It's me, it's alright. When it's dark, I'll be the light. I'll be your map of constellations in a world so wide. It's me by your side. If you're lost, I'll be your guide. We will be the starlight in the sky. We will light up the night so bright.
Another heartwarming video. Okay, yeah. So this video highlighted a lot of things. The science and behavior, okay, challenging behavior, which you can see the daughter is having difficulty managing on her own. And the mental and emotional aspects that is going on, the challenges, faced by the caregivers. From one caregiver to another, you see after that, Auntie Gyok, okay, from the previous video clip, right? Yeah, Auntie Gyok, you know this character already. You see how she support the daughter. So that's where it makes caregivers feel more comforted that we are not alone in this journey. From the video, I believe you can also see how life can be difficult for the father living with dementia and his daughter, the primary caregiver. There's no helper, right? So, but with the help of Auntie Gyok, do you all agree that the daughter felt supported? Okay, by another caregiver who not just understand, but can empathize. Okay, that's why you remember the earlier slide where I shared the empathy part and the sympathy. So can this father living with dementia continue to live with his daughter in this community? Can? Even though the daughter think of sending the father to a nursing home, right? But it's heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking because we say that nursing home is the last resort unless you really have no choice. So okay, let me see. Okay. To conclude, I like to share this reminder quote. The dementia person is not giving you a hard time. The dementia person is having a hard time. We cannot change the person living with dementia, but we can change the way we respond and communicate as the dementia condition changes. Like in the video clip, you see at first how the daughter replied at the beginning of the video, right? When the father asked, where is the mother? How did she respond? And later on, nearing the end, you see how she responds. There's a change in the way she replies to the father, right? You just say that, instead of keep telling the father, the mom already passed on, you just say that, my mom is not here, but I'm here, you know. So even this kind of communication is a skill. It's a kind of skill to actually build over time or learn over time how to talk to the person. And to be able to cope with the different challenges that come from caring people living with dementia, those around them need to link together to care and connect, which means each one of us, hopefully, over time, will be equipped better and learn to connect with caregivers, okay, to support them in this caregiving journey, okay, because we need to connect. If everybody live their own lives, then that's where, the caregivers will feel very alone because others, probably they are not in the same journey or season, they do not understand what I'm going through, so there will be this stigma that will be forever be there for caregivers. And if we want a different outcome, we need to change the way we approach, okay, the situation. So, for example, like what I say, you see that going back to the video clip again, do you see the scene that the daughter was having the dinner with the father? Then she was trying to tell the father tomorrow, right? Meeting Auntie Gyok tomorrow. But what did the father say? Understand or not? Don't understand, right? The father is a different frequency. Okay? So that's where we cannot still insist on saying tomorrow, tomorrow, because the person with dementia has no sense of time already. Tomorrow doesn't mean anything to the person. Okay? So there's no point continuing the conversation. So this approach have to change. You cannot still insist your way because you cannot get across to the person. The person just cannot understand. And that's where our attitude has to change, and we'll be, to be able to reach out to the person we care for, that's where we care to learn and learn to care. The learn to care means come and learn how to be equipped with the right, whether communication skills, and to understand how the condition progresses, what kind of abilities will start to decline, what changes you need to make in terms of communication or even in the caregiving aspects. I can't cover all this today, so that's where, okay, even in church, okay, ministering to people with dementia, okay, it can be in a dementia-friendly way. Where we say dementia-friendly worship means probably familiar hymns, okay, that most of the seniors know, like maybe Amazing Grace, okay, most people know this, right, the evergreen kind of hymns. And also dementia awareness and training like this one. Memory cafes or friendship clubs that we call like probably befriending in a sort. Home visits and respite care, especially for those that are more homebound. When the dementia condition progresses, it will reach a point where mobility is an issue. So the person that you know may not be able to even come to church. So how? Does it mean that you leave the person and the family alone by themselves? And that's where we have to do more home visits and give respite care to the caregivers. When we do home visits, that's where we give social to the family or to the senior that is with this condition and create an accessible and supportive environment. That's where you make things that is probably elderly friendly as well as dementia friendly, where we say signages, colors actually matters, and the community outreach and partnership with other community partners. That's where I would like to share about this. I do not know how many here are caregivers currently, okay? You are? Okay, great. But I'm not so sure, have you attended any caregivers training or workshop? Hence, this is something I like to share because Peacehaven, Salvation Army, we have this program, like a one-day kind of really intensive training workshop for caregivers. You can take a leaflet this later and then communicate with us. And we'll actually try to help you sign up, be registered for this training. And this training actually we have actually one or two currently. One is actually can be more towards the dementia care aspects. Another one is just elderly. Some people don't even know how to take care of elderly. So we also encourage families to send their migrant domestic workers if they have certain level of language ability, like the English, is able to communicate quite well. And this courses actually is actually AIC certified. Means it's recognized by AIC, and you can actually use your Skills Future, okay, to fund the course or your caregiver training grant. Have you know about this caregiver training grant? Yeah, where you just pay $10 co-payment only, and then you can attend the course. The course actually by itself costs $250, but with Skills Future and the caregiver training grant is actually quite affordable. So for those that are caregivers, we encourage you to actually come for training. Or if, let's say, okay, the other alternative is if there is enough demand, okay, like in a particular organization or group, or even church like this, we can actually hold a training session here, which means you bring me, the facilitator, here, okay, rather than you travel all the way to probably Changi, you know, to actually attend this training program. If there is enough participants, even if it's not caregivers, if there are people that are interested to sign up to be equipped, just to understand deeper how to support even, you know, the community, or if you have family members that you want to support, or friends, you know, you want to be equipped ahead. Sometimes there are people who want to be equipped ahead of, you know, before something happens. If there is a group of, a certain number, we can actually bring. It need not be a big group. It can be like probably between 8 to 10. Yeah, we can actually start a session. Yeah, that would be great. So deal with Caleb, connect with Caleb, okay, and then Caleb we can work together on when to hold this as a follow-up lah. You know, that's where I hope that today's session won't be just a one-off, but to have some follow-up aspect. Sorry? Right. Yeah, but different people go through the program for different reasons. Okay, wait. Let me see whether I've covered everything. Okay, I haven't actually touched this aspect. Okay, it takes a village initiative similar to what you have viewed just now, okay, the dementia-friendly community. We want this to become a village concept, you know, throughout Singapore if possible. So what it means is we hope to connect more and more caregivers and seniors, okay, locally. Seniors meaning, you know, active seniors, okay, that do not have the condition but want to actually support others. And in the mental and emotional well-being of caregivers, empower everyone who are interested with training, tools, and mentorship, as well as, even creating caregiver support group. If there is a need, you know, in a particular group or organization, that doesn't have a support group, but you want to form one, we can help you to form one, as in give you guiding, you know, and then after that you can continue on your own. So that's where we support. And if there are others that are past caregivers, okay, when we say past caregivers, doesn't mean that you are of no value anymore. Your experience actually will help others. Hence, we also encourage past caregivers to join this It Takes a Village network, because you will help others who are going through the journey through your experience. You can empathize, right, better with them and give support, because yes, you have been through the most difficult time, but now I think with Singapore, more and more resources are available, and we must know where the resources are. Then we can help others. So this is how It Takes a Village network works, and we hope more and more people can join. You need not do anything at the start, okay, but it gives you a resource, because you will be on our mailing list, our network, so we'll send you regular updates on programs, activities, training, caregivers. We're going to have a caregivers carnival in April. So this is a good outreach also for resources, because we'll have partners, that will give support at this event, that you can come, whether for activities or for actually information gathering as well. Yeah. So I think that's about it. Yeah, and there's a feedback form I need everyone to fill up.
Do you guys want to fill up this one? Because this is for her accountability. She needs to account to Peacehaven to say that, you know, there's this number of people that has attended the talk. And I think the talk is super. I mean, you know, for me, this is the very comprehensive dementia talk that I've heard, you know, because I heard from Kampung Siglap, you know, once, you know, and then here and there. But I think, thank you so much, Fortuna.
Okay,
you did
thanks.
a fantastic job, all right? Give her a round of applause.
Thank you, thank you. Yeah.
Okay, so this one, when you fill up, Fortuna, you said that this is going to connect you to resources, right?
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
so if you want that, please, and also this is meant for attendance. So we do encourage you to just fill that up. And then in the meanwhile, we still have about 5 minutes. You have any questions? And we do have the feedback form. Okay, so if you can, and Nancy can help me give out.
Yes, yeah, after that, give back the form.
Okay, so fill up this one, and also I think Meili can give out the stress ball. Open the stress ball, you get $50 inside.
From Caleb. Okay, I think he has, this gentleman has a question, is it?
Yeah. You have a question?
Yeah, from the first video, I have a concern.
Okay.
The concern is that the mother,
yeah,
it took her 6 months to.
Which one?
Yeah, it took her 6 months to inform the son of the father's dementia.
Yeah.
That is something very close to my heart. I put myself in that situation. You know, if I go through periods like this where I have dementia, and my wife choose not to tell my daughter, so that is something which I'm concerned. Is there, you know, is it too early to tell my daughter that I have dementia from my wife?
Okay.
Yeah.
I can see from your perspective.
Yeah.
Okay, I think the video, is trying to depict the son is away. Okay. They just came back from overseas. Okay, so probably the mother doesn't want to stress the son, you know, while overseas. That's why probably hold back the so-called the news. Yeah, yes. So, it's parents' nature lah. You know, we will try not to worry, you know, our children if, let's say, there's no need. Because for now, actually, we look at the signs and symptoms. The father still has a lot of abilities. It's just getting lost, okay, when outside. So hence, the community support actually helps him to still be able to go out, even though lost can still come back. It hasn't reached the stage that is too serious. So maybe that's why, you know, the wife is able to still hold back. Maybe she knows that the son is coming back soon, so just tahan. I also don't know. But this is just a depiction, you know, because every family dynamics is different. Yeah, if you feel that your children is able to accept easily, that's where, you know, it really depends on, from my understanding is some of the young these days, they feel that dementia is too far off for them to understand. You know, they just concerned about their current life and things like that. So it also depends on the age group, I would say. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, are there any other questions? Okay, I have a kind of question. Is it the best recourse to refer our dementia loved one to a nursing home?
Okay, to get to a nursing home, for someone with dementia, there's assessment needed. It's not like you want to go, you can go. They actually look at a few things: your activities of daily living, your behavior. It's just like the ABCD, and also the availability of the nursing home. So if they see that your loved one has still a lot of abilities, they will try to discourage you. So they will either ask you, maybe you can get a helper, okay, to help. or more family support, or go to the daycare. Okay, they will ask you to try all the different possible resources outside first. Nursing home is a last resort because nursing home has also very stretched staff. Okay, and Peacehaven, just to let you know for information, Peacehaven actually has almost 70% of the residents that are dementia. Okay, and they are almost full capacity already. So hence, that's why we hope more and more people in the community will help support people living with this condition so that you don't overwhelm the nursing home, because nursing home has capacity as well. It's not like you want, you just send, and then there's limitless, space. Maybe in heaven, okay, in heaven, we know, it's limitless space that we have, but in the world, and in Singapore that is so small, I think not many nursing homes are also trained with trained staff. So Peacehaven is actually one of the few that has trained staff in this area. So
Okay.
just take note,
Any questions? Any more questions? If not, I'd like to encourage, please fill up that one because she has to account for the attendance.
Thanks a lot for
And
that.
then the feedback we will collect back. Right now, I think we have concluded the session.
We need a photo, right?
Oh yeah, and she needs to account by a photo, so we need to have a photo.
Yes, yes.
You want to turn around and just take a photo?
Yeah, sure. Can.
Okay, everybody can, I don't know, hello, dear, why am I talking to my phone? Can everybody come to the middle so that we can, everybody move to the middle part so that I can capture everyone. If you don't mind, please, thank you. Yeah, so that one shot I can capture everybody. Fortuna, where are you? Hello, you want to stand here or you no need, you can sit. Okay. Cecilia and all that, just move in. How come you go and sit there? Yeah. So that I can capture everybody. Yeah. Okay, thank you. All right, very good. All right, yeah. Wait for Auntie Betty to take a seat. Thank you. So I hope you all have enjoyed the talk. Yeah, I trust. Give her a round of applause. Okay, smile everybody. Look here. Okay, very good. One more. Smile. So what are you looking at? Okay, one more. Smile. Okay, great. How about yourself? We want to pray for Fortuna. She's a believer and she has done good work here. So let's pray for her. Father, we just want to thank you for this time that we can learn about dementia and how with your love motivating us and the spirit empowered love that you enable us, we can reach out to our loved ones who have dementia. And we thank you for this information and this motivation and this inspiration. We continue to pray for Fortuna even as she does this work. Thank you for her willingness to share and her preparation and her reaching out to the community to encourage us to be dementia friendly. So we commit her to you. Continue to bless her and her family, and continue to bless her work in Peacehaven, and that she will indeed be somebody that is used by you, Lord, to bless others. We praise you and thank you and commit everybody to you in Jesus' name. Amen. Thank you. I have something for you. Sorry. She doesn't want an honorarium, so I'm giving you a little book and our anniversary gift. Okay. This is our anniversary gift. All right. Thank you. All right. Next week, we are having Dr. Vasu, who is a social work giant, okay, and he's speaking. Please come at 10 a.m. for our morning ministry, 10 to 12. Dr. Vasu is speaking, so please listen to him. He's a true social work giant. So come for our meetings. Thank you.
Okay.
I managed.